Hold up.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Foxy98 here, and welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today here on my channel. Today we are back with round 7 of my F1 2016 Career Mode Season 2 with Mercedes. We are here for the Canadian Grand Prix, and as you can see, we've got a new part fitted on the car. It is going to be our engine upgrade that we made in Monaco. If you do enjoy today's video, drop a like on it. That'd be absolutely awesome. Subscribe if you're new around here as well. And I quickly want to say something as well. I will not be uploading now until Saturday. The reason for that is because tomorrow, which is Thursday, and then also on Friday, the way that my timetable works for university, I simply don't have enough time. I don't have any time in the day to upload a video. I mean, for example, tomorrow I'll be in from 9 till 4, and then on Friday I'm in 1 till 6. So I literally don't have time in a day to make a video. I will be doing a video very soon, not only reviewing this F1 game itself, which was recommended because people have been asking, can I do a review on the full game, which I will. I'll also be doing a video very soon discussing my video upload schedule and my live streaming schedule, because of course, with me not uploading on Thursdays and Fridays, me saying that in this video is perfectly fine, but there may be a lot of new people that come to the channel. And yes, we've been gaining subscribers like every single day this week. So if you are new to my channel, welcome to the channel, and I hope you do enjoy my content and do stay as an OG fan, most appreciated. But yeah, I will be doing a video soon talking about my schedule of uploading and what's going to happen there. And also, I'll be doing a review on this game, F1 2016 in a few days time, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, the track acclimatization test, we smashed it, and we got the maximum resource points. Once again, for the tyre wear test, we also smashed that and get full set of resource points. And then as we come along here to the final corner here on my qualifying simulation run, I clipped the Wall of Champions there, which has now claimed a new name, because of course last season for McLaren I was the World Champion, so technically the Wall of Champions has claimed me, but we didn't crash into it, so we haven't been quite added to that list. But in the qualifying simulation run, we also managed to completely smash that as well. So maximum resource points in the bag for us here, as Emma is going to be giving us our qualifying objectives for today's Grand Prix, and hopefully we can try and beat those objectives and, you know, qualify in the front row, beat Lewis Hamilton. Pretty straightforward, pretty standard. So let's get into qualifying then. Into the first qualifying session we go here, down into the final chicane here, making sure we clip the wall of, well, we actually hit the Wall of Champions, losing a bit of my front wing actually. I clipped too much of the curb, and but we still came across there, setting the fastest lap of the race in the session, which ended up being third, just a couple of tenths behind Daniel Ricciardo. Of course, Red Bull having big upgrades from Monaco, still making them really competitive. Into Q2, and again we clip the Wall of Champions coming out of the final chicane, and across the line we do once again set another fastest lap, but we are going to be beaten on that lap time. We definitely don't go fastest in this session. We actually go 4th fastest. Again, a couple of tenths off at the Red Bull and my teammates, and also a Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel. So Verstappen fastest in Q2. Into Q3, we're coming across the final corner here. We were very, very slow and clunky through that final corner towards the Wall of Champions, trying to be a little bit safe. We qualify in P3, which was not really where I wanted to be. And overall, we actually dropped down to P8. So not a very good qualifying session from myself there. We definitely underperformed in qualifying, and we could have got a lot higher, but we just didn't quite have the pace in the final qualifying session, mostly due to the fact of there was a lot of places that I knew that I was going wrong on the circuit, and I just wasn't really balancing it right, so it's unfortunate there. But anyway, as you can see, we're going to be losing out on quite a lot of stuff there, and Emma's going to be giving us the race objectives, and after that, I will see you guys for the, what's it called? Canadian Grand Prix. It's exactly where we are, so yeah, there's the session up goals, so yeah, let's get to the race.
Canada has a true love affair with Formula One. The grandstands here are always packed to capacity. It's a country that has given us the likes of Gilles and Jacques Villeneuve, the thrilling Grand Prix of '79, of '98, and of course 2011. They love their motorsport in Montreal, and we absolutely love coming here. If you want flat-out racing, you've come to the right place this weekend, as it's full throttle for 59% of this 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 210 miles per hour going into the final chicane. But that speed requires discipline, and there are more than a few close walls here just waiting to punish drivers with a heavy right foot. As the drivers complete their preparations down below us on the grid, One man who's no stranger to the pre-race pressure is Anthony Davidson, who joins me in the commentary box today. Great to have you with us, Ant. I'm sure you can tell us all about what goes through a driver's head before lights out.
Well, from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn one. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
If we keep up this level of performance, I think you'll be promoted to #1 driver. So let's make sure we get a good result today.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and P2 goes to Daniel Ricciardo, a strong showing from the Australian. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Button, Sebastian Vettel and Raikkonen, Massa and a Mercedes, Bottas and Fernando Alonso, Gutierrez, Grosjean, Pascal Wehrlein and Perez, Haryanto, Hülkenberg, Carlos Sainz and Daniel Kvyat, Magnussen and Palmer, Felipe Nasser and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Alright then guys, as you can see we are now on the grid for the Canadian Grand Prix, and we're going to be going on a one-stop strategy, going from the ultra soft tyres all the way to the super soft tyres, and they'll be taking us to the end of the race. So as you can see, we are going to be going to one red light here, and the formation lap is going to be underway a little bit further down the grid. Obviously I think this might be my worst qualifying of the season, so pretty unfortunate that that had to be. But we're going to have to deal with where we start. Of course, we qualified 6th in Australia, and then we've already been really close to the front row every single time. But low qualifying session, bad qualifying, but we need to get that out of the way and focus on the race in hand. We've got 5 red lights for the Canadian Grand Prix, and it is lights out, and away we go for the Canadian Grand Prix. A good start from us this time, a very good start, going straight past Massa, straight past Vettel, and now we look towards Kimi Raikkonen, down the inside of Raikkonen into turn 1. Now we've got to focus on Jenson Button. Button's on the outside of us. We go a little bit wide into turn 2. Button gets that position back, but we switch back for the inside line going into turn 3 and 4, and we get the job done. Hamilton leads this race, Verstappen second, Raikkonen? It's not Raikkonen, it's Ricciardo. Ricciardo's in 3rd, myself is in 4th, and then Button in 5th, and I believe maybe one of the Ferraris is 6th and in 7th. We take too much of the curb there going into that chicane there, and so it's going to lose us a little bit of time on the Red Bull of Ricciardo, but we're still going to keep on pushing here, trying to make sure that we catch up to Daniel Ricciardo, breaking down into yet another chicane here. Chicane City of Canada, still high speed, still fast, still absolutely love this track. And we come now down towards the hairpin here, down the inside. Can we make a move on Ricciardo? We decide to stick away from it, and we get right up to Daniel Ricciardo's arse right here, as we look to try and press onwards here. And this is going to be interesting now with Daniel Ricciardo. We've got him in the slipstream. We're going to move to the right-hand side of the circuit, and we go blitzing past Daniel Ricciardo. A fabulous move from us in our Mercedes car. And Hamilton and Verstappen up ahead. Max Verstappen pressurizing Lewis Hamilton. So it seems that the Red Bull taking the fight to Mercedes today. It seems like we've got Red Bull versus Mercedes. You can already see the gap that we have pulled out over the rest of the field, the Red Bull and the Mercedes drivers. So really interesting combat or battle that we're going to be witnessing here. So let's get a replay of that start then. So Lewis Hamilton gets off the line quite nicely. But it's actually Max Verstappen that gets the better of the starts from the Red Bull drivers. So you can see Ricciardo has initially got the better run, but Verstappen gets such a great entrance into turn 1, and he's carrying so much more speed around the outside into turn 2 that Verstappen claims the place away from Daniel Ricciardo. We're battling hard here with Jenson Button, and we take the position away from Button down into 3 and 4, and swooping through turn 5 here. You can see there is the Mercedes of Hamilton, my teammate leading this race, followed closely by the Red Bull of Max Verstappen, Ricciardo, and then myself. And you can see we are just trying to close up. You can already see the advantage that the 2 Mercedes drivers, me and Hamilton, and then the 2 Red Bull drivers are already getting on the likes of Jenson Button and the Ferrari, as Kimi Raikkonen there makes a move on Jenson Button. Just want to see if that he did. He made that one stick. So good move there from the Ferrari of Raikkonen, as we're coming down towards the hairpin now. In fact, Raikkonen's still battling with Jenson Button, so good combat there between the Ferrari and the McLaren driver down into the hairpin. But as you can see now, we tuck into the slipstream of Daniel Ricciardo as we try and follow him down the main straight here. And we move to the right-hand side of the circuit, get tremendous speed in our Mercedes engine. Verstappen looking for a run on Hamilton, but the car is just not quick enough, the Red Bull, to get a move on Lewis Hamilton. So we make that one stick, finishing the first lap there. Button going well down the orders. There's a lot of battling there going on in the chicane there. Lots of chaos there, actually. Skipping ahead now to lap 2 of the Grand Prix, and now we look to set our sights on Verstappen and Hamilton, making the chase down the final corner here. It's not going to be easy, of course, with this set of Red Bull and the Mercedes drivers. We get superb entry and exit out of the chicane, and we look to try and pass Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton. We go for a move. We're going to go to the inside line here, braking nice and late down the inside of Max Verstappen. We make that one stick, and Verstappen actually clips the rear of my car here. We stick it round the outside of turn 2. Verstappen's going to go with us. It's a drag race to turn 3, and we're going to go round the outside of Verstappen. A fantastic move from us there, round the outside of Verstappen, claiming the inside line into turn 4. A fabulous move from us there, and Verstappen is left to dust, and Mercedes are 1 and 2. We lead the way here in the Canadian Grand Prix. Skipping ahead to lap 4 of the Grand Prix, I believe this is now, yeah, it is lap 4. Lewis Hamilton's still in front of me, but I wasn't quite able to catch Hamilton. Hamilton's starting to pull away out front, but I'm still in second place. And we've got the Red Bulls behind, and we just need to focus on them now. So as we're coming now down towards the final corner here, Verstappen looks pretty interested. DRS is enabled. He goes to the right-hand side of the circuit to give him the inside line into the chicane. Hamilton comes into the pits, and we clip the wall of champions there at the exit of the chicane, but I didn't actually show that. I didn't put all of the replay in there. Lap 5 of the Grand Prix, and now we look to try and push further ahead of Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo have made their first pit stops of the race, so they're going to be faster, so we need to be wary of Daniel Ricciardo. Skipping ahead further on to lap 5, and Max Verstappen looks even more hungrier to get an attack on us after we made that brilliant move down the outside of round the outside of turn 4. She tries to make the move around the inside, but we defend around the outside of that corner there, clipping the wall there, spark flying from my tyres there. Quickly check the car to see if there's any damage. No damage taken, so we carry on. This is going to be our pit lap, but this is kind of frustrating because I'm battling Max Verstappen right now. And Hamilton's got the undercut on us already. Well, he was in front of us, so he's going to have fresher tyres. So the gap between me and Hamilton's going to increase a lot. I'm worried about Daniel Ricciardo mostly. I feel like the undercut is possible from Ricciardo. Down the long straight we go. Verstappen's got DRS, but he's actually coming in at the same time as I am. And as we brake hard into the pit lane here, we come into the pits now. As you can see, I'm not actually using a replay camera for the pits. I did have it saved. But as soon as I started editing this video, the replay camera for me going into the pits was gone. So we're just going to be showing you what it's like to come into the pits normally for once. Never do it. But yeah, apologies about that if you like the replay cameras coming into the pits. I don't know where they've gone, to be honest. They've literally just gone on a walkabout. But we're coming out of the pits now, and Pascal Wehrlein is in front of us. And unfortunately, we have to rejoin behind Wehrlein. But we crucially get in front of Daniel Ricciardo. Lewis Hamilton just coming around turn 4 now. This is turn 3, and then this is turn 4. So Hamilton is now coming towards the end of the middle sector. The end of the first sector. Wehrlein here, we make a move down the inside of Wehrlein. Crucial move, that one, as he is now going to hold up Daniel Ricciardo just that little bit. I do have a feeling that Ricciardo in that very, very fast Red Bull is going to pressure us at some point. However, having Pascal Wehrlein there as a little bit of a buffer is definitely what we need. And now we're going to try and see if we can hunt down Hamilton. But remember, Hamilton and Ricciardo's tyres are up to... This is on the soft tyres, so these are the slowest tyres possible. And they need a lot of time to warm up. And unfortunately, my tyres just didn't warm up quick enough. Hamilton has escaped off into the distance at this point. Lap 11 of the Grand Prix now, and Daniel Ricciardo is back for another little bit of a fight with us. We've had a fight with Verstappen. Now it's the time to fight the other Red Bull. Ricciardo goes to the left-hand side, the right-hand side of the circuit. I do apologise. And as we come down towards the chicane here, we're going to go alongside Raikkonen. He's going to... Oh my God, that was so... Why did I say Raikkonen? In everything I could have said, I said Raikkonen. He's not even in this. Ferrari have lost the plot in this season, but... Yeah, Raikkonen, I said it again, Jesus Christ, I'm a retard. Ricciardo went to the right-hand side of the circuit. He had the inside line into the first part of the chicane, but we had the inside line into the second part of the chicane, and we just got in front of Ricciardo. So this time now, as you can see, a lap 12 of the Grand Prix, and Ricciardo now fancies another run on us. He's yet again going to go to the inside line with the DRS activated on the Red Bull. Down the long straight they go. We go even, and down the inside here, Ricciardo this time doesn't quite put as much bravery into trying to make that move stick as he did last time, unfortunately for him. Skipping ahead to lap 13 of the Grand Prix, more battling, more action. As you can see, somewhere, I can't remember where, I actually lost a bit of my front wing end plates, so we're heavy understeer as well on the car, just like in Monaco. Ricciardo goes to the inside line into the chicane, just like Verstappen tried before we were coming into the pits. Once again, I'm going to fend off Ricciardo, give him no room whatsoever to try and make that move down into the hairpin. In front of us is actually Danny Kvyat. Kvyat came in for a set of the ultra soft tyres, so he won't be bothering us in terms of trying to lap him, because Kvyat, end of the day, is going to be quicker than us because we are both scrapping at the moment. So as you can see now, down the long pit straight, not the long pit straight, I literally can't talk in this Grand Prix. Ricciardo goes to the right hand side of the circuit, we shove him a little bit wider, and we get a better run through the chicane there, and straight past Daniel Ricciardo we go. Lap 14 of the Grand Prix, and we skip a little bit further now on lap 14 here. We go super wide here, massive as understeer. We try and sort ourselves out for the second part of this, I literally can't talk today. Guys, in the comment section down below, put Foxy, you can't talk for shit, because I just can't. But Ricciardo once again tries that same move that he did beforehand, and it didn't really work out for him, and he has to sit back behind us and wait another lap. But all we're just doing right now is just defending second place. Lewis Hamilton definitely had the pace around Canada. He started from pole position, remember, and was just dominant throughout. Whereas we started in 8th place. We struggled really in Montreal, which is really weird. I didn't think I'd struggle around Montreal, but I have done. So to be in second right now is not a bad result. But Ricciardo once again goes to the right-hand side of the circuit. Jesus Christ, Tom. And down the inside into the chicane there. We get the job done. And we finish defending Ricciardo for the time being, because there's most likely Ricciardo will come back at us. Lap 16 of the Grand Prix, breaking down into this difficult left and right-hander. We did it a little bit better than the last time, but we still got some understeer in the car, mainly due to my tyres going off and the fact that we haven't got a front wing end plate. But as you can see, Ricciardo once again going to go for that inside line. We brake nice and late, and we're going to go down the inside here, shoving Ricciardo off the circuit there. And in fact, he's actually spun. I don't think I showed a replay of it, but Ricciardo clipped my rear tyre, and it spin around for Ricciardo, and he's now lost positions. I think he's only dropped behind Max Verstappen, but now Max Verstappen on lap 18 fancies to have a go at us. Final lap of the Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton far into the distance now, as I've been scrapping with the Red Bulls all race long. Verstappen going to go for the same thing as Ricciardo did. I shove him as wide as I possibly can, but he still goes for it here, down the inside into the chicane. I put a little bit less curbing this time just to make sure that there was no contact, because luckily I didn't spin around when Ricciardo and I came together, but you know, I didn't want the same thing to happen to Verstappen. Down into the hairpin, we go super wide there, but we chuck the car into rich fuel mixture as we now make the long passing, dreaming long straight here. But Max Verstappen fancies to have a go at us here. Lewis Hamilton actually comes through and wins the Grand Prix as my controller falls on the floor here, and we break down the inside into the hairpin. Verstappen decides to go against it here, but it's going to be literally a photo finish because Max Verstappen still got the DRS. He goes to the left-hand side of the circuit. I give him the room, and did we get that? Did we? Yes, we did. All right, we did get second place in the end. Such a close race between the Red Bulls there, and complete chaos as my controller falls on the floor as I was commentating over that race. But yeah, that's going to be it for the Canadian Grand Prix then. Lewis Hamilton picking up what I believe is his first win of this championship season so far. So Lewis Hamilton has to wait a long time there until he finally tasted some sort of glory in this championship season. Rio Haryanto picking up 9th place, I believe that says. So a brilliant result for Manor, who have made big upgrades in my career mode. As you can see then onto the podium, Lewis Hamilton celebrating there as he takes his first win of the season. Myself leading, coming in second place to make it a Mercedes 1-2 here in Canada. A brilliant result overall for the team. I felt really happy actually with that Grand Prix. I struggled in qualifying. I didn't quite have as lot of pace in qualifying as I expected. In the race, I definitely had a lot more race pace, and although I was badly under pressure, or was under pressure for like the whole Grand Prix against the Red Bulls, I still managed to fend them off cleanly, and apart from the one contact with Ricciardo, but I still managed to fend them off and come home and basically help the team out. It was more of a damage limitation race, to be honest, with me starting so far down the order, that I wanted to make sure that I got as high up as I could. Hamilton was too good around this circuit today. In the driver's standings, we still maintain a 16-point lead, or 13-point lead, I can't remember what it was, as we coming through. In the constructor standings, Mercedes are still 1 and 2. But guys, that is going to be it for this Canadian Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed it, leave a like on it, that'd be absolutely awesome. Subscribe if you're new around here as well. Thank you to everyone that's been subscribing to the channel recently. I really do appreciate it. Welcome to the channel, like I said again. Hope you are enjoying the content I am producing. Coming through then into the driver rivalry, we actually do better than Hamilton overall there. We can see there, leading the rivalry against Hamilton and all this driver stuff here. I believe we go up to 9 because we didn't beat Hamilton. and we beat the drivers. Yeah, we got up to 9 there. And we do actually make an upgrade ready for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, which you'll be seeing on the Saturday. This Saturday coming, which I do believe is a drag upgrade. I do remember it, but we are going to put it on the car as we speak. So we go down now, and we decide to pick which one we wanted. We're going to go for either downforce or chassis. I was thinking, you know, which one should I do? And in the end, I did pick the drag upgrade. But guys, that is it for Canada. Hope you guys did enjoy it. I'll see you next time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix on Saturday. Take care. Peace.